Often people lean towards being good at drawing either just males or just females. Today we're going to talk about the differences between them, hopefully to help in drawing them better. First, we're going to talk about the pelvic bone because the difference between them are basically law. You can identify the gender of a human by just looking at their pelvic bone. So here is just the front view. I have the male one on the left and the female one on the right. And you see the female one is more widespread at the top and the bottom here because the shape is wider to give it more room when giving birth to children. And when you start to tilt it overview, you can see the hole is definitely larger. And again, all the way over the top, still a larger area, and the shape, you can see the difference. So here I took the fronts of the pelvic bones and I fleshed them out with bodies, and we'll make the pelvic bone go away so it's not distracting now. The shape and the angle of the lines are different because of the different shapes of the pelvic bones. And another thing that I've noticed is that the thighs versus the lower leg is that female thighs are longer versus the lower leg, while male thighs are shorter versus the lower leg. So I found that interesting. Now I redrew this, but with more room, so you can see the legs and the thigh bones, which is what we will call them. They have a technical name, but I don't remember it, so we're going to call them the thigh bones. The thigh bones for the females, because of the shape of the pelvic bone, their thigh bones tend to be shifted in, while the male thigh bones will be up and down. And I'm doing hand motions and you can't even see them. Oh my goodness. And as you see at their legs, the male leg has more of a bump with muscle definition, while the female leg is more smooth. Because even if a female is more muscular than a male, the males still tend to have more muscle definition because their muscles are harder than female muscles. So now we'll turn these people around, and oh my goodness, it's their butts. So don't freak out. And one thing I noticed is that the male butts are square and the female butts are circle shaped, which is very funny when I've been looking at my art books and seeing all the really funny square male butts. Like, why are they so square? Probably because of the shape of the bones. So bones and muscle have a lot to do with the shape of the person. And you can see how the butt basically connects to the waist, and it's a lot smoother with the females. In the males it's bumpier. In my picture, the female is a bit too smooth than it actually might be. But I was trying to emphasize, I guess, some. So we're going back to bones now to talk about the skull and the face. And on the left here, I have a male skull, and on the right, a female skull. You can see pretty much in the whole video, I have a female symbol or a male symbol showing which is which in each box. And the first thing you probably notice is that the male skull is quite a bit larger than the female skull. And that's because males have larger brains than females. Which of course people can say which means they're smarter, but females' brains are connected while males' brains are not connected. They're basically cut in half. So we have different things we can do. They are larger, but we're more connected. And male skulls are square, while female skulls are rounded. And the skull I actually have for my picture is a bit square for the female skull, and that's because female skulls can be square too, and male skulls can be a bit rounded. It's one of those things that are more relative, but yes. Also, this really doesn't have much to do with drawing, but male skulls have denser and thicker bone, and female skulls have thinner bone. Oh, well, that's something that I learned recently. I thought it was an interesting fact I would tell you. Now, looking at the same skulls in profile, you notice that the male skull is more sloped back and has a bump where his basic eyebrow is, which will change the shading whenever you're drawing him, so that actually is quite important in drawing. And the female skull is more curved and sloped up, so that can definitely change how it is a person is drawn. And this little weird bump thing down here is called the mastoid process. I was going to try to come up with a different name for it, but I couldn't come up with a better name than the ridiculous one it already had. It's so blah. But males tend to have a larger mastoid process than females. I'm still not exactly sure how the mastoid process affects drawing, but I think it has something to do with the jawline and the definition and lines in the neck. Oh, and I don't know if this really will affect drawing, but male skulls are rough while female skulls are smooth. So I don't think that will really affect drawing once you flesh them out, unless you're drawing actual skeleton characters. But I'm not sure. Maybe you know something I do not know. Ah, eyes! I'm surprised you got some eye. Ha ha eyes! Okay, I don't know what that was. But here are the eyes. I colored them. Aren't they lovely? And on the left is a female, just to throw you off. I've had the female on the right the whole time, but I put it on the left this time just to confuse your whole day. Okay, I tried to make the eyes extremely similar looking eyes, like not like an Asian eye and then a Caucasian eye, so then it was like, oh my gosh, they look different because they're different eyes. I tried to make them look really similar. That's what I'm trying to do with all the examples here, but I especially thought about it for this one because I don't know why. But yes, because eyes, very subtle differences for male and female. I feel like they're really, overall, it's not a difference. But male eyes tend to be more straight, and the eyebrow tends to be more flat, basically. And female eyes tend to be more curved, but I have not seen this always to be true. I've seen some female eyes which are more straight and eyes like the male one is on the right, and I've seen male eyes that are more curved like the female one on the left. So I feel like this is not law, but in general they tend to be this way. Because if you're a guy and you have curved eyebrows with curved eyes, you will have more of a girly looking eyes and face. Well, maybe not if you have a beard or something, but you'll have more girly looking eyes. So yes. Oh, wait. There's one thing I must tell you, it's very important. The cartoon animators that told you that males don't have as nice eyelashes as females, they lied to you. Males and females' eyelashes are created equal. If anything, male eyelashes are just or more fabulous. Animators, stop giving girls the long eyelashes and the boys no eyelashes. That's why we watch anime now, because they tell the truth with the long eyelashes. They don't tell the truth about anything else, but yeah. Okay, now for real, move on, for real. Hands. Yep. Oh my gosh, this is like my 10th time recording my narration about hands, because they all are so bad. Okay, I've already talked about this some, just a tiny bit. I mentioned it in my how to draw hands and feet video, and it's about the shape of basically where the bone is for the thumb and how it's more pronounced in a male hand than a female hand. And of course you can still see it in a female hand, and I specifically drew a female hand that had one very smallly pronounced, so you can see the difference. What am I doing? Accent what? So you can see the difference quite easily. But yes, it varies from person to person. Also, male hands tend to be wider and female hands tend to be narrower. And I was looking at a lot of different hands on the internet, which sounds really weird, but yes, I looked up hands on Google Images and looked at them. Male hands and female hands. Yes. I also think I found a lot of pictures of spiders. Oh no, that was when I was looking up legs. That was random. Why spiders? Why are you all here? Okay. Also, something very strange and interesting I've discovered. Okay, the length of fingers. You think that you look at your hands and you're just like, oh, lengths of fingers, everyone's finger lengths are about the same, right? No. Apparently, male ring fingers tend to be longer than their pointer finger, and female pointer fingers tend to be longer than their ring finger or equal. And so I even asked my friend, and I'm like, can you send me a picture of your hand? And he was like, oh, okay. And so he sent me a picture, and then his ring finger was longer than his pointer finger. I was just like, what? And I looked at the other pictures of hands on the internet, and it was true. And it might not be true for everyone, but the fact that it seems like a large majority it is true, that blows my brain. So yeah, go look at your own hand and tell me if it is true. Okay, to next. You guys were probably wondering how long it would take me to get here, but here I am now, talking about how males have Adam's apples and females do not, which is a thing that most people know. So I just didn't want to say much about it, but I thought it should be put in because I feel like it's still a subtle difference and I should put it in. I mean, I didn't go around telling you that females have boobs and males don't have boobs. That would be ridiculous. If you've watched my other drawing videos, you probably heard me talk about collarbones before, male versus female collarbones, and I was like, one day I'm going to make a video and I'm going to put the part about male versus female collarbones in it. I'm going to just talk about male versus female, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? I cannot bloody figure out these collarbones. It's like I finally think I got something down. Something that's like, yes, this is how it always is. Males tend their collarbones always be shaped like this and that little divot, and females are always like this and that little divot. But no, it keeps not being true. Something just always finds a way to disprove it, and I'm just like, I can't find a collarbone theory. There's got to be a male female collarbone theory because you can just somehow you can just tell when it's a male or a female collarbone, but I don't know why. I can't figure it out. I have looked, I have studied, I have Googled, but no, to no avail. The only thing that I have seemed to sort of find was that the female collarbones tend to have more definition on the bottom while the males don't. But I'm not sure if that's because the pictures I had found recently tend to be of females that were thinner and males that were more muscular, because whenever you're doing art studies, for some reason, they always just get like model people bodies, because I don't know why. And so I think that might just be because they're model looking that they may look like that. So if you have knowledge about the collarbones, please send me your knowledge and teach me your collarbone ways, because I need to know. Okay, I'm going to move on from ranting about collarbones and go back to reality. But please, seriously, if you have any knowledge, please, seriously. There's one more thing I have. There's one more thing I have to tell you about. And it is with this. And it's how male cheekbones tend to be higher, probably with the skull. Female cheekbones tend to be lower, and males have more defined jowls. You can see the bump on the side, and females do not. It just curves in. And this is a thing that's relative. It's also a relative thing, but it can help in drawing when you're like, just like, why doesn't this look like a boy, or why doesn't this look like a girl? I want it to look like this. And so you can sort of pick out these little tiny subtle differences and put them together and get it to be the gender you want, because gender problems are similar with age problems. Like, you try to draw a child, but then you end up drawing a teenager somehow. One more picture. Very simple drawing of the mouths. And I've noticed if you do a little bit of a line, just a little bit more definition at the corner of the mouth with the male, it can somehow help versus the female. I'm not sure if this is just style preference. I'm not sure, but I feel like with the jowls, it has to do with that, with the shading. So that's another random fact that may help you with your male or female drawing. And now I must wrap this up because we have come to the end. So overall, I would like to say that males are more square and have sharper edges, while females are more round and smooth edges. And so I drew this very hilarious picture. It looks like an infant drew it. I'm kidding. It looks like a 5-year-old or something. An infant can't hold a pencil. That's crazy. Well, they could, but I don't think they could draw. No. Why am I even contemplating this? Oh my goodness. Well, I hope this video was helpful to you in any way, in some way, and at least maybe it was a tiny bit interesting. I worked really hard on it with the research and drawing all the example pictures and re-recording my voice 50 times. Okay, let me stop telling you about my ridiculous effort. And just if you have any questions, just ask questions in the comments. I will answer them. Sometimes I will know, sometimes I won't know, but I will answer them. And if I don't, it's because YouTube did not notify me. Oh, is anyone else having that problem? Having a YouTube and then the YouTube doesn't notify you that someone commented on your video? I have that problem. It is driving me crazy. But yes, tell me your questions. Tell me about the collarbones. Tell me your collarbone theory. We need to theorize about this. Yes, theorize about the collarbones. Bye.